Hi, I'm Juan Barquin.
Hi, I'm Alexandria Slater.
And we're here with the Unifrance Critics Lab, and today we'll be talking about Alma Viva, the feature debut by Portuguese-French director Cristèle Alves Meira.
So the film is set in the Portuguese mountains and it circles the family dynamics and liberation of women after the death of their matriarch. So just touching on the themes of women, I particularly love the way the camera work sort of aids into the feminist angle, because as the audience were positioned into the shoes of young Salome, and she's sort of hidden under tables, peering through curtains, almost in that sort of children should be seen and not heard sort of manner. And as an audience, we're observing the way that she absorbs the way the women in her family speak to each other. So these sort of sharp, sexist insults, but then also being told that she's beautiful, she's a young woman now. And we can sort of see the way, from an outsider perspective, the way these patriarchal language is sort of universal. It transcends through Portuguese, which is what the film was spoken in, and then English subtitles, French subtitles, and just the way it can settle in the psyche of a young woman and how it then manifests later in her life, in the lives of women, and how that is seen in the unrealistic beauty standards. So yeah, I think the camera work was great in doing that.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting that you say it's going through these two modes of like sort of being confronted with femininity, because it also goes through these two modes of like spirituality versus nature and how they go together. And I think spirituality is such a big part of the film. And I mean, from the get-go, with you saying we're watching through this young girl's eyes, we're immediately embedded in this family of faith and like ritual, prayer, and like of witchcraft, like in both a religious sense and a horror sense. And so much of this brand of like spirituality is rooted in, I think, like naturalism, and you have like this ravaging fire, this dust, this soil, this renewing rainfall. And I think it's so interesting how sort of biblical it is, even down to her name being Salome. Like that's so clearly intentional in the best way. Yeah. It was really interesting.
And very funny, surprisingly. You wouldn't think, reading the brief description of it, but very, very funny. So that was a bonus.
It's like we got the haunting, obviously, with the whole, there's a presence of a dead woman, but who would have expected there to be like actual laughs in the theater? But yeah, that's Alma Viva by Cristèle Alves Meira, part of Cannes Critic Week, and just premiered today.
Yeah, trailer dropped today, so definitely go and watch it when it's out.